Hi, I'm Jonathan Metter here in PIKO America's Service Department with something that I'm sure you've never seen before because it didn't exist before. I'm talking about our new, completely new PIKO tri-mode sound. We call it that because it is the first ever in the industry locomotive from the factory equipped right out of the box to work on analog DC track power, digital DC track power, and battery RC. This is a first in the industry. This locomotive here, you may have seen this paint scheme because this is our test mule, if you will, to show off what will be coming soon in both Denver and Rio Grande and Pennsylvania Railroad paint schemes. Those are the first two locomotives to have this new technology that was developed jointly with PIKO and TCS. And you may recognize TCS as a well-known maker of decoders and other digital items, and they also make the sound in our 25-ton diesels, which are completely battery powered. But for the first time, this is a mogul loco ready for operation on any track, even, as we will show you right here, without track. You can run it across the kitchen floor if you want. So without further ado, in the tender there will be now a battery compartment. We've modified the tender. This is, again, is just a prototype, so it's not exactly the way it will look on the finished one. And this is where your batteries will fit. And the loco will come with a 10-cell AA pack in which you can put, and we strongly recommend rechargeable batteries, not ordinary, even alkaline cells. Those just won't stand up to the current draw of a locomotive. So use rechargeables. 2800 milliamp hour batteries are now readily available. You can buy those quite a few places, even online. So the locomotive comes with this battery pack, and for most folks, if you want to just get it out of the box, put the batteries in, and have fun running trains, the 2800 milliamp hour batteries will give you easily over 2 hours of running time pulling a good train with the smoke and the sound operating at full volume, everything you'd want the train to be doing. So that's the way it comes from the factory. But there are also various G-scale retailers who make lithium battery packs. This one is a 4-cell 14.8 volt battery pack, and in the locomotive I've got a 5-cell 18.5 volt pack. Those are readily available from various G-scale retailers, and those will give you a little more top-end speed on the loco and will also give you longer running time. Out of these you probably will see 3, 4, even more hours of running time. And it's easy. The batteries plug in on a little cable with the keyed, what's called a JST connector. That's a standard in the industry, so these batteries are standard things on the shelf at many G-scale retailers. There is a switch now in the back of what is now the battery tray area, and we flip that switch on in just a moment. It has a mode for track power, and then the other mode is for battery power. So if you're going to run on the track on DC, on DCC, you've seen that before. This loco has more features on DCC than you've ever seen out of a PIKO American loco before, and it operates great on DC as well. We've built a reputation for that because a lot of you still use good old DC track power. But anytime you want to come home, take your train out and put it on the Garden Railroad, no worries about track cleaning. Just put the batteries in, flip that switch, and you're off and running. There is still a volume control for the sound, although it's now been changed to a little, what we call a stepper switch. You push the button multiple times to step through the volume levels, and there's also an on and off switch for the smoke. But you could run, even on this basic AA cell pack, easily 2 hours with smoke and sound. So we're going to flip the switch on, and you'll hear the sound start up. We'll put the cover back on here. You can see that our smoke works great. It's already started up, and that will continue running as long as the loco's running unless you switch it off. But there's no need because you've got great battery life. So, from our little PIKO RC pocket remote, we can ring the bell. That rings until you push the button again, and then it fades out. Just like a real bell, doesn't stop instantly. It slowly fades out. And the whistle. It's a beautiful whistle, and you can play that as long as you hold that button. The whistle will blow. So you can blow the traditional grade crossing of 2 longs, a short, and a long. And you can even blow the proper two toots to start up and forwards. And then with the up and down buttons on the locomotive, we get going in either forward or reverse. And as the load increases, climbing a grade or pulling a heavy train, the sound volume also increases. That's the on a real steam locomotive, that's the exhaust cutoff. And if we give the locomotive a little bit of a restraint here, it really works harder. On battery or DC, there are tons of automatic sounds. You're hearing an air release. There's also air pump. And on coal-fired locos, there's a coal shoveling sound. And of course on DCC, you have all the programmable features that you've come to expect from a PIKO loco. And you can even configure things like choosing a different whistle or a different bell or even different exhaust chuff sounds if you prefer something different, or if you have more than one loco and you want them to sound a little different from each other. And a unique feature of TCS is called Audio Assist, and there's actually a voice that will speak to you through the speaker in the tender and will guide you through choosing a different bell or whistle or exhaust chuff. And many other things as well. But those are the most popular things that you might want to do. And if you just have a bit of time to access a DCC system, most of those things that you selected on DCC will remain in effect when you're operating on either DC track power or battery RC. This is coming in a few months, and I think it's going to revolutionize the way you enjoy your G-scale trains. Only from PIKO.